300K. Welcome to Montana Madness. For 300K. For 300K. 300K. Welcome to Montana Madness.
Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight, welcome back to Montana Madness. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, tonight was one of the most frustrating nights of Montana Madness I've had yet. Every single time that I start rocking it out, game ends. Every time. I had so many 6 to 7 minute games tonight, it made my head spin. On both sides. Whether it be me doing, 120, 130, 140K in the first 3 minutes and then the entire game is over, it's unbelievable. Like, it's so hard to believe that this game has fallen to the point where we can't even get any games like over 8 minutes anymore. It's crazy. I shouldn't have to sit here for 7 hours playing the game to get one interesting match. It's ridiculous. But that being said, we did get one interesting match. Now, damage-wise, there ain't much here. I ain't gonna lie. But at least this is an interesting match for you guys. I think you guys will enjoy it. We're trying. Like I said, I'm trying to get you guys some interesting matches, but there's only so much I can do. If the game ends in 5 minutes, ain't much I can do about it. You know what I'm saying? Well, we trying. We trying. But anyway, what'd you guys think of the news that the Wisconsin's coming, y'all? Old whiskey's coming. If you guys don't know, we'll talk about that when we get more information about it. A lot of people have been asking me, what do you think, Spartan? I'm like, I have no idea because they've not given us any information other than it's whiskey. On PC, it's a super ship. And so that leads me to believe that it's either going to be higher than Tier 7 or it's going to be sadness. I hope that they don't nerf it to make it a Tier 7. I hope that they give it something interesting to separate it from the other 3 Iowas. And I would love to see it as a Legendary Tier battleship. I would love to see a Legendary Tier Iowa-class battleship. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So if you don't know what I'm talking about, on PC they have these things called super ships. There are ships like the Wisconsin, the Maine. Yeah, that's right. Our Maine on PC is a super ship. Now, in fairness to our developers, our dev team created the Maine before the PC guys. It was a console exclusive. And then all of a sudden PC is like, that's not fair. And then they stole ours for a change. Now, to be fair, we steal all their stuff anyway, but but they stole that one from us. And then made it a super ship. But I digress. The Whiskey is a super ship. It's a Tier 10 that has special gimmicks, right? Like you got Satsuma out there, essentially a what do you call it? A Japanese Georgia with 510 millimeter guns in a 2x3 configuration. So you got 6 guns. But what happens is each one of the super ships. I think there's also one, I can't think of what it's called, but one of them is an American cruiser that gets like burst fire, where like if you choose to use it, you can burst fire your guns for a short amount of time, but then it takes a long time to reload before you can start firing again, or you could just keep it cycling the guns at the normal rate of fire. But yeah, I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if they're bringing super ships. I doubt it. I would say that it's probably a Tier 8. But I would love to see it be a Legendary Tier Iowa. I really would. But here we get a good shot out to Janan. I ain't gonna lie, I thought I killed him. I thought he was dead, but unfortunately, you can't win them all, right? But this match is actually going to be interesting for a change, and it's a good thing because we are going to have some nasty salvos, and I've had some pretty nasty salvos all night. The amount of death strikes I've had tonight, I could probably, every time I do one of these freaking Montana Madness videos, I could probably do an entirely new intro with all new death strikes. Like, it's crazy. That's how many death strikes I get every single time. But you guys seem to really enjoy the intro, and I don't really feel like going through and doing a whole bunch more editing for the same song, you know what I'm saying? So we just been leaving it. But yeah, we've had a lot of crazy shots tonight. We've had full health Schlieffens, full health Yamatos, full health, oh, what is it? What's the Italian SAP battleship? Can't think of it. There's one in this match, and we're going to slap the out of him later. I can't think of its name. Loria. That's the name. I couldn't think of it. It was going to drive me crazy if I didn't figure it out. But, yeah, this lately has been kind of crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm only one. But we've done a lot of streaming lately. We've done a lot of stuff. I've been hearing you guys, by the way. I have a lot of people that are hitting me up in comments asking why the streams all of a sudden are members only afterwards. There's a lot of reasons to it. I could go into them, but one of them is I'm just testing to see if it's willing to get people to become members, because I need the support on the channel. I can't keep the channel going without you guys. That's just the way it is. Ad rates have gone way down. YouTube is kind of screwing everybody right now. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. Now, I know money's tight. Everybody's money's tight. But I'm just letting you guys know that's why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. But I hear you. Okay? I do. But we get another shot at the Salem, and Mans gets real lucky. Unfortunately, we don't manage to take him down. We get a couple of hits here from Yamato. You can see that the enemy is starting to double back towards us. Now, there's a couple of people that are going to push through the Alpha Cap and wrap around the team. Now, this shot on the Zal, I mean, good lord, brother, man. You asked for it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Don't knock on a door you don't want answered. And, bonk. Arthas coming through in the clutch. I don't know what he expected. Like, again, don't knock on doors you don't want answered, right? If you're shooting at me, you've got my attention. Especially because you're sitting broadside. Speaking of broadside, hello, Yama. Now, we aim a little high on a Yama because we don't really have the penetration go through the thickest part of the armor belt of the Yama at range. We want to get above that armor belt and hit the upper side plating with plunging fire, and those shells will hit the Citadel. I've done it before, showed some really nasty Citadels on Yamas at distance, but here you see him. He hits me with 2 shells, gets a Citadel with one of them. Go figure. I mean, I'm broadside. Oh, there's a Loria. Hi, Loria. How you doing, buddy? Let's go ahead and take a shot at him. He is way too broadside and way too close. And, yeah, that's a beautiful looking shot. Boop! He's lucky I didn't aim a little bit further forward. We got the double Citadel and almost dev struck him. He was about to be the second Loria tonight to get dev struck by me. But, yeah, I've had some nasty, nasty shots. And I've had some nasty starts to games tonight. But, like I said, the problem is, like, every single time I go off, like, I have a great start, like, the game's over. It's just over. Either the enemy completely folds or my team folds, and then it's just me versus everybody. And in true Spartan fashion, we gotta leave them again with just enough to get away. Every time. Every time. But you can see I'm a little bit hesitant to make the turn initially because we know the Loria's out there, we know the Salem, the Yama. There's a lot of people looking at my broadside. So I don't want to commit to the turn. Now here, we're going to go ahead and fire the guns up here at the Salem, and of course the moment I fire, suddenly my teammates come through and are able to finish him off. He had no health for so long, and as soon as I freaking have to fire my guns, that's when they kill him. I hate that. That is one of the most obnoxious things on the planet, because I could have used that salvo for something else, like a Preußen, right? This Preußen right here, begging for it. But no, I have to shoot at the guy that has no health because I want him gone. And of course that's when people finally shoot him. Now the Gdansk, you know, sometimes people in destroyers just underestimate a battleship. I don't know why. They think they get away with everything. Like, you can only be dumb for so long, you're going to get slapped. Now, this Gdansk has about 20,000, well, not quite 20,000. He probably got about we'll call it 17,000 hit points right now. And look at him. He's like, yeah, I'll just bow tank. We're fine. We don't have to do anything crazy. Now, I do have Arthas ready. So we're going to go ahead and hit the Arthas button on this man with a full salvo right through the bow. 12,000 damage straight down Main Street. If that was real, that man's is gone. There's no pass and go, no collecting $200. But the way this game works, doesn't really matter. We just get over pin damage on him anyway. Even if we get full pins, it doesn't matter. But we slapped the crap out of that Gdansk and wonder what he could be doing, guys. Why would he be charging into my battleship and going broadside? Oh, look, torpedoes. Who'd have seen that coming? We take a singular torpedo. No problem. We're going to go ahead and trigger heal. The Gdansk is still sitting here. My teammates nowhere to be found when it comes to shooting the guy, because of course not. They're all hiding behind the islands. Shocker. But it doesn't matter because this guy's not going to last forever. He's still shooting his guns. He's only 6 kilometers away. So even me, as bad a shot as I am, can manage to hit a destroyer. No problem. Like, I don't know what he thought he was going to get away with, but he was wrong. Now here you can see we've already started rotating our guns to the left side, so now our rear turrets are coming in to firing angles.
Problem solved, sir.
The Poison is here bow tanking us at the island, and the Loria is sitting at range. Loria loads up some SAP, and I ain't gonna lie, being this low health and then having a Loria start shooting SAP at you is real bad, right? You don't want that. It can eat you, especially if he hits your superstructure. But speaking of superstructure, we're going to try to slap that superstructure. We get a decent hit, but didn't quite lead him enough. The Loria is one of those deceptively quick battleships. Like, it doesn't look like it's moving all that fast, but then you shoot and you're like, I guess I should have led a little bit more. But fortunately for me, he loads up some AP, completely whiffs on the shot, and then it's just me versus this poor little Poison over here. Now, the enemy royally screwed this match. They had such an advantage, but then they just did nothing with it. You had the guys on the right just YOLO rush straight into our team and die one at a time. And then the rest of these guys just sat in their spawn and just waited to get surrounded. Like, you can't do that. This is why I always tell people, and this is me trying to stay in the cap because I'm an idiot. I saw the B cap being capped, and in my head that meant I was capturing the base. This base has already been capped. But I'm an idiot. That's how that works. But yeah, so this is what I talk about all the time when I say people are playing to lose. When you huddle all your ships in one spot, and you can see I thought I was going to get a bigger hit here. Unfortunately, we didn't. So I kind of wasted my Arthas there a little bit. But again, pulling all of your ships into one spot and waiting to be surrounded and killed is a terrible strategy. T-Bull all the way back in the day, you guys know the black hole. You guys, it's been called a gajillion different things at this point. But at the end of the day, it's the same thing. All right? You're allowing yourself to be flanked. Anybody with any knowledge of like strategy whatsoever knows that you cannot give up the flanks, right? You just can't. So you've got to try to at least spread your forces out to hold. And if you don't do that, if your team just never moves from their spawn and wants to sit in one spot, then you're going to lose more often than not. And this is one of those things that I try to point out during live streams and stuff. Sure, I'm usually more frustrated at that moment, but that's just rude. 12 gun broadside at point blank. I hit 4 shells. Tell me the game just didn't give me the middle finger. But anyway, 214,000 damage, all the medals, looking like a North Korean general out here, but 3,587 base XP, top of the leaderboard. Not a bad game. And shout out to the Jinan as well for a 3K base. So we had 2 people with 3K base XP in the same lobby. So solid game for them as well. But I hope you guys are still enjoying the Montana Madness. I'm going to keep trying. And if you like what I'm doing, punch a like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you in the next video.